I love my hospital. They got valet parking, which is the bomb. And I don't know why I get nervous when I come up here. I guess I've had some experiences here that just kind of flood back in. But anyway, see my valet guys? Look at them. They're the bomb. Okay, I'm going in. All right, here we are. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
No, right there. Ready?
Yes.
5 pounds different. 1 pound different.
1 pound different.
1 pound different.
That was lunch.
That was breakfast. Blood pressure 128/68. Pulse 77. Yeah. About to get a B12 shot. I can get it once a month and be done with it. No sublinguals, no nothing like that. So I'm going to do that. B12 on the way. Now I have to go downstairs and get an x-ray of my right shoulder, my left hip, my entire spine, and my neck. So, got to go do that. And then I'm getting a CT scan. So, next week, 2 weeks, 13th. Anyway, nurse is here. Gotta go. Okay. I'm on the way to get my x-rays. X-ray of right shoulder, left hip, my entire spine and neck. So, okay, so they're totally not busy. Have a seat. They'll call me right away. I'll be glad to find out what's going on with this so I can get moving better. And the things that are preventing me from getting out and walking more. You know, if we can get all that corrected, at least find out what's going on. I mean, if I need an adjustment, I'll get an adjustment, but I don't want to go get an adjustment and mess something up. So we're going to find out what's going on. I'm already missing a vertebra. I have degenerative disc disease, so we'll find out if I'm missing another one, and that's kind of what's kicking things in. So we'll see, and I don't have a follow-up appointment. They're just going to, I mean, they'll call me and let me know what the results of the x-rays are, and then my CT is scheduled for the 13th of July. And then if anything crazy or abnormal, they'll call me. If not, they'll still email me the reports from the x-rays right now and the CT report from the 13th. So I'll have the written report. I'll still know what's going on. So, without having to come back in. And B12 shot. Yay!
I see some gold on the wall, so it makes my day.
6 views.
Cross.
That was rough. Be glad to find out what's going on. On my way home now. Well, I have a few errands to run. I got to go to the library and do what Gene Schumacher told me to do and go get Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss book. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. And then I've got a couple more errands to run and then I'll be home. See ya. Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned that the doctor's scale is 1.8 pounds off from mine at home. Higher than mine. And we learned that when you tell your doctor that you're having trouble moving, usually they tell you the more you move, the better it feels. Well, in my case, because of various issues with my bone spurs in my neck and missing vertebra and burning hip and all of that, that's not quite the case. So I told her, I said, look, I'm 59. I've got a diagnosis here of repeated rotor cuff sprains. And I said, and now when I go to reach to put my heavy plates back up in the cabinet, it feels like something's scraping, and then it goes from 0 to pain factor 10, and like a lightning bolt in my arm. So how about we find out what's going on with that? Let's find out what's going on with the hip and the spine and the neck. Let's just find out what's going on and then address it while I'm young enough to get, if something needs fixed, let's just do it and let me get on with my life. I need to get moving. I can't move as long as all of this crap is going on. You know, I don't want to take pain pills anymore. I have them at home, but I don't want to take them. And I haven't taken them since November of 2016. I don't want to go there. I have an aversion, or I don't know the right word. You know the word I'm looking for. I don't want pain pills at all. My family has a history of becoming accustomed to pain pills. And be damned if I'm going to do that. Not going to do that. I took them when I needed them. And there was a period of time, for a 4-year period of time, I needed them to the point to where I would be drooling in my recliner, non-functioning, I'm not going to do that. I am not. No. So, I just finished with all the x-rays, and man, when they wanted me to lay flat on that hard table to get that one of my hip, oh my God, you realize then how my spine is curved now. My vertebra, where it's missing, they're meeting like at an angle now, and probably wearing that one down, those two down. I could feel it in my sciatic area. I'll be glad to know what is going on here. Let's just get this stuff taken care of and done with. And and then I go for my CT for my lung on the 13th. Anything earth-shattering, they're just going to call me. Otherwise, they're going to just mail they'll still call me and say, they'll still call me and let me know what's going on. And then they'll mail the report to my house. So I'll have it, because I have a copy of all my reports for Social Security, disability, and all of that stuff. Because at this point, the things that crippled me, which is the COPD and all of my bone issues from 10 years ago that qualified me for disability, are not getting better. They're getting worse. And the whole idea here is, I am feeling better, changing what I'm eating, off a lot of meds, that's good. But she touched me today on the right hip, and it was like sending a shock up my spine. And my right hip never hurts. She just touched that sucker in the right place on the side, in between my fat roll and the top of my thigh on the side. And it's like, if you have fibromyalgia, you know what I'm talking about. All you need is somebody to touch you in the right place, and oh my God, it's so sharp. It's a horrible pain. And I said, no, it's not my right hip, it's my left hip. I said, you just hit a fibromyalgia spot. And she says, no, that's not what I hit. She goes, we're gonna take care of this. So, and damn, she didn't, man. I was in there for, it's 5 o'clock. I was in there an hour in x-ray. Like 6 or 8 different pictures of my neck. 6 or 8 different positions for my spine. 3 for my hip, my left hip. 2 for my right hip. And for my shoulder, oh my God. They had me contorting in all kinds of positions. All of them painful, to get a shot of what's going on with my hip. Oh, and for my neck, I had to open my mouth as wide as I could get it so they could get the neck that's right behind my mouth. So I've not gone through an x-ray series like that ever before, and I've had a lot of x-rays. I've had a lot of CTs. I've had a lot of PET scans. But nothing like today. Oh, and she got me referred to physical therapy. So I'm hoping that will go well. And once we learn what's on the CTs and all the x-rays, well, not the CT, that's the lung. Physical therapy can't help that. But for the x-rays, once we find out what's going on, if we need to go in down and shave off some bone spurs, let's just do that, get it away. And then, the physical therapy will help. I'm glad to be in physical therapy. I am grateful for it. It forces me to move, it loosens me up, because I have been sedentary for years. So, looking forward to that. So, when they said, don't cancel your appointment, she sees you for so many other things, I was like, yeah, right, whatever. Boy, I'm glad I went today. I'm glad I did not cancel this appointment, because she had more in mind than I did, and she was specifically asking me about the shoulder. She was asking me about the movement. She didn't say anything about me gaining weight. I brought it up, and I says, I've gained 5 pounds since last time I saw you. She didn't say a word, not a word. She says, let's get you moving. Let's get you back to where you need to be. And she told me to keep up with the plant-based diet, or she said nutrition. She said keep up with the plant-based nutrition. I asked her about oil, salt, and sugar, and she said oil, as long as she says you want to use that spray Pam kind of thing. If she goes spray olive oil, just a spritz, nothing more. She goes, your heart is sounding good, your heart is doing good, don't mess it up. And she says, even if we just go to like a short spritz spray, maybe once a week or something, she goes, don't go back into old habits. I'm like, well, I haven't really used but maybe a tablespoon of it in 5 months. So she says, okay. So I'm like, okay. So I said, we're going to skip that whole spray thing. She says, okay, skip it. That's fine. And then I said, what about salt? Then she says, you have gout, you have edema in your ankles. She says, back off the salt. And I told her I was using Mrs. Dash for everything now. And she said, that's good. And I then said, why do I still have edema in my in my ankles? And she said, kick up on the torsemide and double up on my water. What else did she say? I think that was about it. So, keep up with the plant-based diet. Do what you're doing. So, I did have my B12 shot. I showed you that. Or I didn't show it to you, but I had it. So now I don't have to take Oh, and your insurance pays for B12 if your blood work shows you're B12 deficient. Keep that in mind. Once a month, you go to the doctor. You don't even have to make a doctor's appointment. It's just a nurse's call. You go in, get shot, walk out. That quick. That quick. And so that's what I'm going to do. Since the insurance pays for it. Well, I've got insurance until Orange Man takes the damn thing away. If he does. We'll see. But anyway, so that's it. I'm on my way home. I'm almost home. I got one more stop to make before I get there. And run an errand for a friend. And then that'll be it. And then I'll upload the video and we'll see. And then I got to edit it, blah, blah, blah. But I tell you what, I'm going to have the other half of that sweet potato when I get home. Because I need a little something, and it's 5 o'clock. I'm not really ready for dinner. I don't want like a full meal. I think I'll have that. I haven't had fruit today, so I'll have the other half of that sweet potato and maybe maybe some strawberries and blueberries. That sounds good. Just stopped by the public library to pick up Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss book. And our entire library system, which is the second largest in the state, we have an excellent library system, only has 2 copies of that book. Considered obsolete, it said. But I reserved one, and I will have it this week or next week. And so I was going to get that and the Starch Solution. Both were on. One was checked out, and so anyway, I've reserved both of them. I'll get them both at the same time. But I did pick up Dr. Barnard's Cheese Trap and Dr. Esselstyn's Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, because I do have AFib and a history of heart problems. So, you know, it seems to me like Dr. Esselstyn's program for Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease would be easier to follow. Well, not easier to follow, but at least more current to follow than following a book where the author himself said he was too restrictive and he wished he hadn't written it that way. So, I don't know. But we're going to do it, and I'm using Prevent Reverse Heart Disease. I'm going to start reading that. Cheese Trap, I was never much addicted to cheese. I mean, you know, I had it when I had it, but I never, like, had to have it. So, I got those 2 on the way home. I've made all my errands, and home is the next stop. And so I'll recap and get this all thrown together when I get home. And I might have to try at least an Aleve. I don't want to go to the hard stuff. Boy, I'm not feeling very fluid right now. So I will see you on the other side.